Veterinary prices have risen 63% on average from 2016 to 2023, and customers may be spending hundreds of pounds more than they need to at rip-off practices. This is according to the market watchdog. They say that vets should have a £16 limit, 16, on prescriptions, and that anything over £500 should at least be put in writing. But quite simply, keeping a pet in good health is not cheap. Vaccinations can cost up to £200. Treating a dog's arthritis might be more than £2,000, and common knee problems in cats and dogs could set you back up to £4,000. Pet insurance is available, but in 2023, the average policy will cost you £389. Jemma, it's a hell of a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like everything else. It has gone up at an exorbitant rate.
Well, it's more than everything else. That's the point.
More than anything else.
Inflation.
Wages have stayed the same.
Yeah.
So suddenly having a pet could be very tricky financially. And I think it probably is a massive consideration for people, actually, when you think that a vet visit is about, I think it's about £58 on average. But you could, if something happens, for the same reason that I lease a car, so that I don't have like a clutch going and then suddenly out of my monthly expenditure, that's a cost that I haven't thought about. If you have a poor, cat or dog or whatever, and something happens, it could be thousands. And I personally think that is a factor you have to take into consideration. I think it's why the birth rate is slowing down. And I think, similarly, I think I think economics comes into it if people don't have a
Ian, let's
home
talk
or
about
enough money
Poochie
to
now. Because Ian's dog is a dog I know.
Yes,
a dog I have
indeed.
cuddled and petted. A very noisy dog, may I say, when he arrived. Very enthusiastic, very pretty. Very expensive?
Very expensive. I think the vet's bill or the insurance is something like £48 a month.
Right.
The other day there was something wrong with her, and I had to take her to the vet.
Oh, there she is. Oh, she's adorable. She's adorable.
I had to take her to the vet, and Laura wasn't there, and she thought, if something happens, she'll say I've killed the dog. So I took her to the vet on a Saturday. It was £150.
Yeah.
The vet, she must have been 3 minutes at the vet, 4 minutes with the vet. No, nothing wrong with her. But that was it.
And Tiggy, you write so movingly about your beloved dog. I'm sure, any money was worth it, but my God, it is expensive.
It is expensive now.
Yeah.
There's Darcy Dog, who was, to Johnny and myself, she was our child, our surrogate child. And this is why they, you will do anything to save them.
Yeah.
There she is with Johnny. She was an amazing dog. And I would really love to have another dog, but I'm listening to all my friends with what they're paying vets bills, and I'm going, well, seriously, can I afford that right now? A very close friend of mine recently, her 6-year-old cockapoo started getting very ill and stopped eating, so she took her to the vet. 3 weeks later, after spending £15,000 on exploratory stuff and a little operation, she died.
Oh my gosh.
It is, and that's shocking. They've spent all that money trying to save this family because they become family members.
Well, it's worth anything, isn't it? But not when you haven't got the money. Then what are you supposed to do?
It is absolutely shocking, and it's a bit like dental bills as well. My theory is that all these companies have been bought up by firms of accountants who are all having to be paid, so they've upped the prices of everything.
Well, the point is there are fewer and fewer veterinary surgeries. Many of them have been bought up by big conglomerates, and then they pretty much have a monopoly and can charge whatever they like. Let's talk to Jacqueline in Devon. Hello, Jacqueline. Thanks so much for calling. Tell me about your dog.
Hi, Vanessa. Thank you for taking the call.
Pleasure.
Listening to your panel, I've got a few tears in my eyes.
Oh.
Because to find other people who actually care about animals. Now, I'll make this very brief. I have made some notes.
Yeah.
Just to give you a background, I used to live in Turkey.
Yeah.
My little dog, Honey, followed me home one night. She was about 6 months old. When we came back to the UK, I brought her back, and she was my life. But I want to add something to this. For 14 years, I had this animal in my life. Prior to that, if somebody had told me that I would love something as much as this, I would have asked them if they were on drugs or if they were drunk. I used to cross the road to avoid animals. But the reason I'm saying this is I was married when we had Honey, and we were very lucky we could afford the best insurance. We got her life insurance, etc. And maybe I was over the top, always protecting her. The thing that annoys me, two things, vets and insurance companies. When Honey was first insured at 2 years old in the UK, I'm not going to name the company, obviously, it was £200 for the whole year. Yeah. By the time she reached 13, 14, it went up to nearly £1,000 because I obviously kept the ongoing lifetime insurance.
Yes, so it's let the cost absolutely has leapt way beyond the level of inflation in this country. So way beyond anything that most people would justify or think was appropriate. So Jacqueline, in the end, had you spent an enormous amount of money on Honey?
I'll give you an example. Maybe I was over the top, but there were certain things that I was concerned about Honey. And what annoyed me more about the vets, now there's two examples, when there was something that they could not do,
yes,
they also charged me a referral fee to send her to a specialist.
Wow, how much was the referral fee?
Not great. 50, £60.
Yeah, well, it's another £50 or £60, isn't it? Jacqueline, the reason you were tearful at the beginning of this conversation, I'm assuming, is because Honey's no longer with you. Must be grief-stricken.
Honey's not here.
Not here, yeah.
But then I spent £3,000. But what annoyed me about the insurance companies...
I don't think we can get into the insurance company, Jacqueline, but I'm very sorry for your loss and I appreciate the emotion. And, losing a beloved dog, as Tiggy writes in the book, is the most dreadful agony, isn't it?
It is. It's extraordinary. Yeah. You can't... if thinking about Darcy and Johnny together just sets me off.
I'm not surprised. Well, I'm not. I'm going to say the two loves of your life. I know. Let's go to Trisha in Hertfordshire. Hi, Trisha. It's very expensive to keep a pet these days. Very, very expensive, isn't it?
Very, very expensive. I agree with everybody on your panel. Yeah. Can I just say hello to Tiggy? I was a big fan of Johnny's.
Of course you can.
Big fan of Johnny's. So I live with my Lucy. She's a 10-year-old West Highland Terrier.
Yeah.
I have two daughters like yourself. I look upon Lucy as my third daughter. And I would do anything for this dog. She does have dog insurance.
Yeah.
I don't know whether your panel agree. The dog insurance never seems to cover the condition my dog has to go to the vet for.
Agreed.
Because it's always in the small print.
Yeah, you're getting nods of agreement here from the whole panel. If the camera shows, you'll see them. Look, there they are nodding away. They agree with you. Yeah. Is it whatever's wrong with your dog, it doesn't cover it?
Yeah, and the excess, I think, on my insurance is like £500.
£500 excess? Seriously, for the dog insurance?
Yeah.
Wow. Blimey. Gosh. Trisha, so are you spending an absolute ton of money on Lucy?
£400 on Lucy. But she's worth it to me because I live with her.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
She's worth everything to me.
No, I get it completely. It's just the idea that the cost might have been massively bumped up by, a sort of agglomeration or conglomeration of companies buying all the veterinary surgeries, and that they're charging you too much isn't fair, is it? When it's, when it's this level of emotion involved.
Well,
right?
It's a bit like medical insurance. When you go into a consultant, and when you walk in, it's not what's your ailment. Do you have insurance? The same when you go to the vet. Do you? And you can almost see the ka-ching. Okay, let's go.
Let's talk to Leslie in Staffordshire. You have a pug, Leslie.
Yes, I do.
What's the pug's name?
Dolly.
Dolly, and I believe Dolly is wonderful but very expensive.
Yes, she's cost me about £138 a month at the moment.
£138 a month? Why is it that expensive?
Because the vets you go to, you have to pay £50 before you even go through the door just to go in for a consultation.
Oh, well, I've got lots of head shaking here among the panel. That doesn't sound fair, does it?
No.
Awful. Are there any other vets in the neighbourhood? Can you take your custom elsewhere and take your beautiful pug elsewhere, Dolly?
I have swapped vets because the one before was charging me even more.
Really? Gosh. I mean, is anyone allowed to say this sounds like a racket? Because it sounds like a racket to me.
It's sort of a little bit exploitative.
Doesn't sound fair, does it?
Obviously, there's no NHS that we will pay into for
pets. It doesn't sound fair, though, Leslie. That doesn't sound right. Does that mean you really have to seriously think twice before taking Dolly to the vet, or do you put that before everything else?
I've been going to the pet shops and buying eardrops and things from there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they sent me a text the other day saying she's due for a medical checkup, so that's another £50 I've got to find.
And how is she? Does she look as if she needs a checkup?
She's scratching a lot.
Oh, God.
But when I give her the drops from the pet shop, it stops for an hour or so.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. What, Tiggy?
I just think this is all being driven by a level of people above the vets. Yeah. I really do. Pressure selling and all these high expenses. I think it's really sad.
I read today about someone, that you have to have your dog's teeth cleaned. Oh, and they want regular kind of checkups for your dog's teeth, which obviously must make sense, but they're incredibly expensive. Do you have to have...
Yeah, Pooch's had the teeth cleaned. That was an overnight stay, and I think came to about £800.
That's right. Somebody said it was £700. £800 to have a teeth clean. What would have happened if you hadn't had a teeth cleaned?
Absolutely
when
nothing.
She was French kissing.
It's completely ludicrous.
This is what it's like to be an American.
Yes.
But a person.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's talk to Judith in Cornwall. Judith, have you heard there's £700 or £800 for your dog to have its teeth cleaned with an overnight stay? Have you heard about this?
Yes, I have, Vanessa.
Right.
We've always had dogs. We've got 4 dogs at home at the moment, little Shih Tzus.
Yeah.
One of them recently had, unfortunately, a condition called septic arthritis in its front joint. And just to give you an example, the scan alone was £1,600 prior to any treatment. Wow. The good news is I have insurance for the dogs, but I do think that, your question, do vet bills put you off getting a pet? Absolutely, absolutely. Everything is so expensive now. It's no longer hundreds, it's thousands.
Thousands of pounds. Wow, Judith.
Heart scans for dogs, £800. You never know when something might happen with your pets, and so I think it's absolutely essential to think about the expense before getting a pet, and ideally, make sure you have dog insurance or pet insurance, because what a horrible dilemma to be in.
Absolutely.
If you have to make a decision about treatment or no treatment.
Certainly. Judith, thank you so much. Let's talk to Anne in Kent. Anne, operations for dogs and cats, so expensive.
Hi, good afternoon,
Hi.
Vanessa and panel.
Hi.
Yes. We've got a Doberman Cross Rottie, 2 Doberman Cross Rottweilers.
Right.
More Dobie than Rottie, but we've had Dobermans for years, and he this year has had both his cruciates and meniscuses done in the rear legs, and it's cost us over £10,000. No proper quotes.
Hang on, so was this covered by pet insurance or not?
No.
£10,000? Blimey.
It was £4,500 each leg. Plus,
wow. Gosh. And Anne, when the vet says that's going to be £10,000, I'm assuming you love your pet so deeply you simply pay up. You don't sort of stop and think, well, hang on, wait, that's incredibly expensive. Or what went through your mind when they said that?
We nearly fell through the floor.
Not
I won't
surprised.
repeat what we later said.
Yeah.
But it was £4,500 for each leg. He said, well, you could get away with it and just sort of feed him drugs for however long.
Right.
And obviously we don't want our dog in pain, so we sort of bit the bullet, raided every bank account and credit card we could. And
wow.
We've paid the bill. He's doing fine.
Good.
4 weeks post-op now on his second leg. So
well, good. I wish him a very speedy recovery. But let me ask you this. I mean, is the moral of this story get pet insurance? Not that I'm advertising it. I've got nothing to do with me. But do you wish you had done that? Or what is the moral of this story, Anne?
Well, I've always had pet insurance. This time we opted to put money in a pot each month because pet insurance has gone up so much. Yeah. It used to be £10 a month for each of my Dobermans for the last 35 years, but they want £112 for an 8-week-old Doberman each month.
Wow.
So we was like, whoa, the cost of it is extortionate. But as I say, we chose to have them, so we bit the bullet and we got bit in the backside.
Yeah. Not by the Dobermans, thank goodness. Not by the Dobermans. Boom, boom. And thank you for this. I'm really glad we did that subject.
I know.
It was my idea. I wanted to do it because I thought 63% increase, that's absolutely obscene, isn't it?
Obscene.
My gosh.
Fortune.
Wow. And people love their pets so deeply.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel like it's an option, does it?
Makes you appreciate the NHS though, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?